G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So today I want to show you, I want to do a little bit of a series, I'll call it a series, replying to like Facebook posts I've seen. So I don't really like commenting on Facebook posts when people say wrong stuff because it causes fights. So I figured I'll just make videos on that subject, but not on Facebook, not even reply the video to in the comments of that, just like a video idea for me, pretty much what it is. So this one is how to keep American cichlids alive in the first 2 weeks of their life. This method I have used for Texas cichlids, jaguar cichlids, jags, peacock bass, monochromus or whatever they're called, mono something, flower horns, which is what I'm going to be referring to today. What other Americans have I bred? I don't know. We'll just call it that. That's all I can think of right now. If anybody who doesn't know, I've never been a huge American breeder, but I want to show you what works for me, because there was a lot of misinformation on this post that I saw. This tank is feral. It's a crappy little tank. These guys actually got an upgrade. Those guys only got a bucket. So I think, so what we're gonna, how are we gonna start it? You guys know I use methylene blue to get to free swimmers. This video is more post that. So methylene blue is in there when they're wrigglers, and then I start water changing it out. So one of the videos was like you have to vacuum the uneaten food out every day. You can see there's quite a lot of debris in there, over there. I haven't really worried about it. The only time that it is an issue is when the wrigglers stick to the debris. I don't necessarily vac it out, but I like stir it up. I have vacuumed it out in the past, you've seen in videos, but this batch here, I didn't do anything like that at all. I literally just left them. I'm going to take that hose out. That sponge has fallen out. That did not work, guys. When they were younger, it was easier to water change it because they sit down the bottom and you can hold the hose up quite high away from them. But now they're filling the space. It's quite hard to water change without sucking them up. So I might have to hold a net here and run the water into the net and then put the fry back in. So one point was that you need lights on for 24 hours a day. That's very far from the truth. There's a light up there. That's an LED skylight, so that light just follows the daylight, and that seems to raise the fry for me. The lights that you see on the tanks, they're motion censored, so they're only on when I'm in the room. So I wouldn't class them as any light to do with fry. One of the comments was it's absolutely important to keep the water at 29 degrees. I will say that that is a good suggestion, but this tank here is on the ground. I'm in and out of this door here. This tank here probably doesn't hold much more than like 25 degrees. The only thing I will say is they do develop slower in that cooler water, but for me it's just a matter of I've got to use what space I've got. So that was kind of one of the points. So for me, there's two things that are the most important things to get. Like, I would say there's 90% survival from wrigglers, not 90% of the eggs, but 90% of fertile wrigglers. If you this light's not really doing us justice, is it? So obviously low light, so it's crappy footage. but you can see how many fry are in there. There's definitely no shortage of survivors, and this is why. Freshly hatched brine shrimp, just once a day. I used to run it twice a day, now I do it once a day, and I haven't noticed any less survivors. So I feed this at like 5 o'clock in the morning before work. If I do it at night, it doesn't work as well. So I've explained this in a video the other day. The reason I do it in the mornings is because I put the fresh eggs in there in the mornings, and then that ambient light from morning to night time is enough light to hatch these eggs. To run this nighttime one, I actually have to put a permanent or a light inside here on 24 hours a day. So yeah, that's the only reason I do mornings and not nights. So fed once a day, brine shrimp only, no flake. Obviously I've raised flower horns on just, this is actually, so I'll show you here. This is what I've also used. So this is extreme, come on, extreme krill flake, and I've ground it up into a powder. It's like pure powder. It's like in the NutriBullet, really ground up. So I give them a little touch of that at night, and as they get towards that 3-week age, I try to give more and more of this and less of the brine shrimp to try transition onto a dry food. So as far as that first 2 weeks, purely brine shrimp once a day. What's another point? I'm trying to think of what else I do to help them survive. Oh, I don't know if it really helps, but I never do a water change with fresh water or conditioned tap water. I always water change the fry tank with the parent's tank, and I generally do it like every second day. When the first few days when they're wriggling and I'm trying to get the methylene blue out of the water, I maybe water change it twice a day. Basically from day wriggling, the next 2 to 3 days I'll change it twice a day, and then after that back it off to once a day. Obviously this room's temperature controlled, so if you're running a heater, just set it at 26 to 29. Don't lose sleep if it's like not exactly 29. Consistency is more important than what's the word? The actual number. I don't even know. I'm running out of thermometers, guys. I don't even know what temperature that water is. I used to have like, I bought like 50 thermometers, and now I don't even know where one is. They used to be floating around in the tanks. Anyway, that's set on 29. Hot air rises, that's on the ground, and that's the door. So we can make an assumption of 25, maybe even lower. I know at one stage those tanks there were only like 20, 22 midwinter, and that's why we added that fan up there. Oh, in saying that, that fan's blowing directly at that tank, so it might actually be 26, 27. I want to find a thermometer now. I'm actually curious. Alright guys, I found a thermometer a few minutes ago, so I chucked that in there. What are we? Oh, to my surprise, 28 degrees. Alright, so I did say it might be 25. That's actually really surprising. Yeah, that fan obviously made a huge difference. Maybe I should buy some more thermometers, guys, and I think you guys would actually be interested in a video on just what temperature the tanks are and how it correlates with like the position in the room and the airflow. It might actually be the fact that this is the coldest tank now, because that's like the opposite side to the fan. That would be where to put the thermometer. Bit of a guess anyway. Yeah, it's definitely colder. yeah, so I'm going to lock it in and say that's the coldest tank in the room now, which is alright because they're Africans. Oh, there's a stingray in there, but stingray obviously doesn't mind it. The stingray pond is actually probably the coldest. I don't think that's not going to drop that fast, but anyway. I'm actually in a hurry, guys. I got to film the next video because we got some eggs and the pair is currently eating the eggs. So I need to drop everything and sort these eggs out before this pair eats the whole lot. Anyway guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for more, there's a little red button just below this screen somewhere. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.